Rolling out ERP is no small task. How did you go about sort of implementing GLOVIA OM?
Of course, Canon Information Imaging Solutions in its own right is a system delivery organization, right? So we are engaging with customers on a day in and day out basis in terms of driving enterprise class systems into their environments, whether it be helping them to more effectively structure their enterprise print activities or activities around content management or accounts payable processing and the like. So we ourselves have a really significant level of expertise in our own organization as it relates to driving these kinds of systems into customer environments. And so what we ultimately did is we kind of paired the expertise in CIS and the personnel in our project management and solutions engineering organization with like resources from Fujitsu and ultimately built a unified project team that has now taken ownership of the development and delivery of the system inside Canon. And as you see today, in many cases, we've basically driven the implementation of the system based upon a phased approach, geared around agile sprints. We're consistently working in one or more sprints, and as a result of those sprints, then delivering needed functionality to the system, and then going live and driving that functionality to not only the internal personnel inside Canon, but our external stakeholders with our channel partners. So that process and structure has worked really well. The expertise, of course, that Fujitsu brings around the product is key. Obviously, we didn't have that expertise, but certainly the fact that CIS as an organization is in the same type of business in some respects has given us an ability to more effectively manage the internal implementation of this system working with Fujitsu than if we didn't have that kind of resource inside our company.
Were you equally as methodical in terms of deploying the technology, both to internal stakeholders as well as to your channel partners?
Oh yeah, no doubt. So obviously, it was important for us to ensure that our internal stakeholders were satisfied and that we had, adequately identified the needs and requirements they have. I mean, like any new system implementation, when you're asking personnel inside your organization to change the way they do things, you often, get resistance there until such time, for example, as that particular change is recognized by the end users as something that's actually much more efficient and will make their lives easier. And of course, that's what's happened in this case. We spent a really good amount of time in planning for the internal implementation, training, and the other activities associated with kind of the change management process that you find in any of these types of implementations. And so ultimately, we not only trained our administrative resources here in our headquarters operation, but we leverage our regional administrative groups as the primary interface to our channel partners, and so we trained them as a primary liaison to our channel partners so that they then could ultimately train and educate our channel partners on how to most effectively utilize the system and take advantage of the functional benefits that system provides as compared to what they've been accustomed to in using the legacy technology that Canon has used to transact our business.
As you created this train-the-trainer model.
We did, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
In what ways has GLOVIA OM created this digital transformation across your business, and what have the impacts been on the way that you're able to run things?
Right. Well, as I mentioned, I think one of the biggest benefits we've seen, around the transformation, if you will, is our ability to drive business model transformation. So again, as someone who had responsibility for running our software business a number of years ago, in many ways I was handcuffed in terms of what I could do, and I was handcuffed based upon the capabilities that existed within the legacy transactional system. And as a line of business owner, the market is tough enough. Competition is hard enough, but when you're kind of hamstrung by your own internal systems, it makes it that much more difficult to achieve the revenue and profit targets you have as a line of business owner. So what GLOVIA has given us, and certainly it had given me as the line of business owner for software, was an ability not to have to think about the transactional systems relative to the business. So I could be as creative as I needed to be in terms of business model design, and I could drive business model design on an individual product basis or across the full product portfolio. But more importantly, I could drive business model design based upon the way in which our customers wanted to source technology. That benefit has been, enormous. And of course, as we know, when we look at the software industry today, it's changing so fast. And the business model innovation is also changing very rapidly. It wasn't that long ago, frankly, that the idea of a subscription-based business model just didn't exist in the marketplace. And now, of course, when you look at a large percentage of the software that's out there, particularly cloud-based software, the vast majority of the business models that are being used for cloud-based software are subscription-based. So under our legacy system, frankly speaking, it would have been challenging for us to have those kinds of businesses because the system just wasn't equipped to handle it. Whereas today, of course, that's not a problem. The system gives us that flexibility. And again, we can extend that flexibility down to our business partners so they also can take advantage of that given the changes that are happening in the marketplace.
Is it safe to say that GLOVIA OM has essentially created a better customer experience through meeting market demands faster and being able to bundle all of these products together in a way that's better suited to them?
Yeah, and I think there are quite a few benefits that the end customer gets. One of the biggest ones, frankly, is the transparency to the end customer, right? So in order for a customer to source the technology from Canon and a Canon channel partner in the way they want to source it, we're not asking the customer to do, back handsprings down the hallway to make that happen, right? We're making it easy for customers to do business with us, which of course, is good for the end customer, certainly good for us, good for our channel partners. In addition, though, what we've done in terms of the design of the system is that we've created not only an ability to extend that system to our channel partners in terms of managing licenses and license deployment and things of that nature, but the system gives us the ability to extend that to the end customer as well. So as we kind of envision where we go in terms of system development, we very much anticipate that the system itself will allow us to build an ecosystem whereby our channel partners will have a specific set of capabilities that they can drive in leveraging the system, and our end customers will have a specific set of capabilities that they can take advantage of, and again, in terms of license management and deployment and things of that nature.
Through all of this process of implementation and deployment and continuing to build, how important has it been to have that partnership that Canon has with Fujitsu?
Any of these kinds of implementations, partners are key. I think what we find today in the software industry in general is that there are very few companies that have all of the technical expertise, all of the technology capable of satisfying the complex business requirements that we see in the marketplace today. And so more often than not, and of course we see this in our business within CIS, but more often than not, you're finding that multiple parties are working in collaboration to solve a business problem, and as a result, the level of partnership is critical to being able to execute effectively, and maybe most importantly, to be able to overcome challenges as they happen in the course of any project delivery. Having that deep level relationship with Fujitsu, both at a technology level, but as importantly at an executive level, has really helped us to work collaboratively to figure out ways of overcoming not only the technology challenges that we encountered along the way, but also the challenges we would face in terms of resource and things of that nature. You really can measure the depth of the relationship and the partner, when you start to encounter trouble, right? When things are smooth sailing, partnerships look great. It's really when you start to encounter challenges that you recognize the depth of a partnership that you have and the value that partner delivers. And certainly we've been extremely satisfied in working with Fujitsu in this project and in many others where we've collaborated in the past, as well as those we anticipate collaborating on in the future.